All right, so just go ahead and come to a place to stand. And as you root down through your feet, we're just going to kind of relax the kneecaps, relax your thighs. Just let your arms hang down by your sides, your palms face forward. We're just going to bring some awareness to our axis here, to our center of our being, and to just to our bones stacking, coming to a place where we can start to kind of slow down the mind, slow down thought processes, and just start to concentrate on the breath. So, this beginning standing pose, we're not really super engaged or in any of our musculature. We're just feeling the feet down into the ground, letting your fingers dangle. Your palms can shine forward or in, whatever is most natural for you and whatever allows your fingers and your hands to relax. And as you come to stand tall, the only engagement that we're going to really have here is drawing the chin back just a little bit so that the back of the neck is long. You don't have to right now extend up through the crown of the head or engage through the legs. Just feeling your feet into the mat and the bones stacking. Starting to feel the eyes closed and the gaze kind of go down toward the tip of your nose internally. And as you just start to breathe and arrive, you're just dropping into your feet here. Let the breath start to slow down and start to hear it in your head. Constrict the back of the throat on the way in so you can hear it, Darth Vader breath inside, and constricting on the way out. I'm just starting to really slow down that breath, make a really conscious effort to feel it and to draw it all the way down into your mat, into your foundation, and back out. So as the breath slides in and out here, we're going to start to become very aware of our balance and of our axis, keeping your eyes closed here. We're going to start to, in a second, just start to gently bring the body weight forward into the front of your feet, the fronts of your feet. So you're going to let your axis tip forward a little bit, feeling your feet on the mat. Maybe your toes start to engage a little bit and the heels are still touching, but it's almost as if they're going to come up off the mat. Feel that shift. Then go ahead and bring it right back up to center. And as you come back to the center, feel the arms hang once again down by your sides. Then very slowly start to take your weight into your right foot, a little bit lighter on the left foot, and let the body go over to your right. Feel that right arm kind of hang away from the body and left arm lands a little bit more onto the body. Eyes are still closed and you gently shift it back to center, feeling everything come back in alignment. And then go ahead and start to gently come over to the other side. Just feel yourself shift into that foot. Feel that arm kind of hang away from the body. And then bring it right back to center. As you come back to the middle, we're going to go ahead and tip back a little bit. So you're just going to start to shift the weight backwards. Feel to the point where maybe the toes start to come up and lift up off the mat, trying to steady you and bring you back down. Good. And then go ahead and bring it right back to center, nice and tall. Right from here, go ahead and bring the hands together in prayer at heart center. And go ahead and drop your forehead toward the tips of the fingers. Feel the stretch in the back of the neck. And then go ahead and actually start to engage here. So we're going to go ahead and lift up all 10 toes, spread them wide, and then put them down onto the mat. As you do that, engage your thighs, your kneecaps, even lift a little bit. Take your tail and kind of point it down towards your heels so that you feel the lower back lengthen. Let the shoulders push down towards your hips and back, and then grow up through the crown of the head. Take a long round of breath in here and let it out through the mouth. Take another to lengthen and strengthen. And let it out through the mouth. Good. Then right from there, gently open the eyes. Take the arms to circle them all the way up overhead. And as your arms circle up overhead, palms face in, let your head drop back and look up to those fingers. Reach up through the fingers a little bit more. You might even be shrugging the shoulders up to the ears a little bit as you reach. And then exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Let the arms drop right down by your sides, and then go ahead and shrug your shoulders way up to your ears. Circle them back behind you and feel that kind of opening in the shoulders. Then start to bring them forward or back and then forward up into the ears, and take that once more each direction. So go ahead and shrug them way up and bring them back. Just starting to bring some awareness to where your shoulders and your neck are this morning, and take it the other way. Good. Then right from there, keep your feet just a little bit closer than hip distance. Swing the arms up overhead, and we're going to drop and sit into the chair here. So we're going to engage right away, and we're going to be working on balance right away here. So go ahead and gaze down to the floor in front of you so that your neck is long and your ears are kind of in line with your arms if your shoulders aren't too tight. Then go ahead and shift your weight into your left foot and start to lift your right heel, and maybe lift that right foot parallel to the floor. So it's just a couple inches up off the floor. You feel the weight shift. You might be wobbling here. And then go ahead and set that right foot down. Go ahead and shift to the other side and lift the left heel or the left foot. Keep everything super strong and tight here in that core, waking up that balance, and then go ahead and set that foot down. Inhale, stand all the way up to the top, and then exhale, draw it through center here to fold over. Go ahead and widen out the feet a little bit. Take your ragdoll and let your back body start to open. So as you shift back and forth here, or back and forth or side to side, in your ragdoll, just feel the weight shift from foot to foot a little bit heavier. Maybe bend into the knees a lot, and then pick up your heart a little bit, and then take it forward to the floor. Let your spine really lengthen to the floor. Let the arm bones get super heavy and loose. Let the shoulders be loose. Let your head hang. Shake your head around yes and no, and just feel yourself start to open. Allow any tension that you're feeling, maybe in the center or the back of your rib cage, into your shoulders, into your neck. Just let everything loosen forward and slide down toward the floor. Then go ahead from here, maybe straighten a lot through your left leg, bend a lot into your right knee, and take that body over to the right a little bit, still hanging forward. And then go ahead and switch sides. Bend into the left knee a lot, belly on the thigh, and straighten through the right leg. Take that once more each side, bend into that right knee, straighten the left leg, and then take it over to the other side. Good. And then right from there, go ahead and release those fingertips to the floor. Go ahead and drop your bottom, tuck your belly in, and slowly, slowly roll all the way up to stand, one vertebra at a time as you come up to the top. When you get there, go ahead and inhale, circle the arms up overhead, big round of breath in, and then take those arms, cross them right in front of you, straight arms, take a big circle, open up to the back, and then take it back up to the top and switch directions. Take those big circles to the back first, open up the chest, open up those shoulders. Good. And then we'll switch directions again. One more time, each direction. Good. And just feel your shoulders and your chest kind of wake up here. Then when you come back up to the top, go ahead and bend the elbows, grab the opposing forearms, and just lengthen up through the waist a little bit. We're going to take it up and over to your right first into a side stretch. So allow yourself to kind of use your arms, kind of like you did in ragdoll, to pull that upper body over to the left. And you might feel yourself shift again. You might feel that little shift in balance as we did when we were just standing and working on our axis. You might just start to feel that kind of happen here. Then go ahead and slowly bring it all the way back up through center using your core. Lengthen up through the waist and take it up and over to the other side. Feel those arms, let that upper body, or pull that upper body over. Take long rounds of breath, expanding this flow today, grounding and light this class. So we're opening up and letting that light in as we ground down through our foundation. Go ahead and bring it all the way back up to center here. Release those arms into a cactus and pull your hands back, your chin up, and arm or chest forward. Good. And then go ahead and drop right back into that chair pose. You might adjust your feet a little bit. Go ahead from here, shift your weight into your left foot and lift that right foot. So lift it a little bit, maybe just the heel, toes stay on the floor or not. Go ahead and land that right foot, stand all the way up to the top, take a slight back bend, exhale, bow it forward. Inhale, hands on the fronts of your ankles, lengthen through your spine, straighten your arms, straighten your knees if you can, and exhale, fold in. Root to rise to come all the way back up to stand and drop right back into chair pose. This time we're gonna stand all the way up to the top, and when you get there, lift your right knee. So you're gonna start to lift that right knee in front of you. Go ahead and take your left hand down to the outside of that right knee and reach your right arm back, spinning those shoulders open and pulling the right shoulder back, left shoulder to the space in front of you. Initializing the twist from the navel. Release that foot down gently back into a low chair pose. And then go ahead and fly those arms back, belly onto the thighs, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then stand all the way up to the top. Exhale, dive forward. We're gonna half lift, hands on the fronts of the ankles or the shins. Lift and stretch everything out. Exhale, fold. Go ahead and root to rise, come all the way back up to stand and drop right back into that chair. We're gonna take it through the left side now. So you're gonna switch the weight into the right foot, lift the left foot, feel yourself hover here, and then land that foot. Come all the way up to stand. Exhale, dive it forward. Hands on the ankles. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And bring it right back up to stand and drop into chair pose. Press into those feet to stand all the way up. And as you do, lift that left knee this time. Start to lift it. Take your time getting your balance. Go ahead and bring that right hand to the outside of the left knee and take that arm back. Long round of breath in as you twist out here and reach through those fingers. Stand up super tall, shoulders down and back. And then go ahead and release gently into that low chair. Go ahead and fly those arms back, belly on the thighs, squeeze your shoulder blades together and stand all the way up to the top. Right from here, dive it through center. Inhale, lift. Place your hands onto the mat and step right back to dog. The hips press up and back, wag it side to side. Take a couple rounds of breath here. As you move, you might march through your dog a little bit. You might bend or pedal the knees, whatever feels good and moves you. Take one more big breath. And then exhale, drop the knees down to the mat. Right from here, we're gonna come into child's pose. So we're gonna come through our little floor stretches here first before we start to move. So just go ahead and slide the hands forward, settling into that child's pose. Let your forehead either come to the tops of your forearms stacked underneath your head, or let those arms reach forward. Take a couple rounds of breath, nice and deep into your hips and into your back. As you settle forward here, go ahead and set your intention. Set your intention, whatever you need it to be, whatever you need for today. And then also try setting the intention of moving with intention and grounding. So to bring light and grounding into your practice, into this flow today. Take a couple more rounds of breath as that settles in. And exhale it out. Take one more big breath. And let it out. Then go ahead and start to bring the hands to the mat, come up to all fours. As you come up to all fours, we're gonna go ahead and extend back through your right foot here, through the right heel. Try to keep your belly, your back nice and flat without lifting that heel too much and bringing you into compressing the spine so you're nice and long. From here, go ahead and release that left arm forward. Feel your cross body balance. And we're gonna take this to awkward airplane. So you're gonna slowly start to turn that left palm to face the floor and bring the left arm and the right leg out to the side using your core. Exhale, bring it back through center, keeping it lifted. And then go ahead and bring it through out to the sides. And exhale back to center. Inhale back out to the sides. And this time, land that foot onto the floor as you land the left hand. Right from here, you're gonna take your left arm up and out to the side. We're going to thread through to grab onto that big toe, keeping the hips up into the air. If you can reach your big toe with your fingers, then land the shoulder, land the head, and press in here to this twist. So hips are up in the air. You're feeling that grounding in the right foot and the stretch in the upper back. Maybe that right arm reaches up toward the sky, and then maybe it reaches around towards your left hip crease, deepening your twist, feeling the stretch and the length in the neck. Big round of breath in, and let it out. Good. Then go ahead and start to reach that right arm back up toward the sky. Bring it all the way back around. And as you bring your fingertips to the floor, you're going to start to lift the chest and staying on that left knee. Keep the right foot where it is. And we're going to come to stand up. We're going to come through gate pose. So you're standing on that left knee, right leg is straight out to your side. Let your fingertips reach down that leg and take that left arm up. Go ahead and tip a little bit through that side or a lot, whatever flexibility you have, reach through and feel that length. Big round of breath in and completely let it out. Take that left hand back down to the floor, right hand back to the floor. Go ahead from here, flip your toes up so your heel is on the mat, and you might tuck your back toes, your left toes, and walk your fingertips toward that right leg, staying a little bit high and feeling that stretch in the hamstring, the inner thigh. Feel that length. A little bit different than we normally do with this pose. We have our hips pushed all the way back usually and the whole foot on the floor. This is just lengthening a little bit more through that inner thigh, inner leg. Good, and then go ahead and pick that chest up, walk the hands right back through center. Go ahead and extend back through that right leg once again, and then set those toes on the mat. Move them a little bit forward and pick yourself right up into left leg, three-legged dog. Let's go ahead and stack that hip, bend that knee, feel the hips open here, press through the shoulders, big round of breath in, and then exhale, go ahead and land those left toes down onto the floor. Bring yourself right back to tabletop position, and we're gonna come through the other side. So this time you're gonna go ahead and extend back through your left leg. Right arm is gonna leave the mat if possible. Exhale, start to bring those both out to the side, awkward airplane. And then exhale, bring it back through center. Core stays super tight. Using that leg strength, arm strength, reach it out and bring it back to center. Take it once more, reaching out to the sides. And this time, land that left foot onto the mat or onto the ground. Right fingertips on the floor. You're gonna go ahead and once again, yawn that right arm out to the side and draw it all the way across to try to reach back for that left big toe. Then land your shoulder, land your head, and come onto that side. You're twisting open here through that left shoulder. Fingertips might stay on the floor or they might lift up to the sky. And then wrap behind you, tucking into your right hip if possible, or just behind that waist and twisting. Feel that stretch across the upper back, the twist in the spine, and that movement that we need to keep our spine supple. Take one more big breath. Good, and then release that left arm back up to the sky. Go ahead and bring that left hand to the floor. Go ahead and bring both hands to the floor and come up into that pose, gate pose, standing on the right knee. Left foot stays onto the mat, left foot extended out to the side. Right arm reaches up and you reach over, tip it over. Good, and just feel the length through that side of the body. Feel that little bit of a stretch in your left inner thigh. Good, and then from there, sweep that right hand to the floor, tuck your toes, and go ahead, flip your left toes up so your heel is on the mat and walk that upper body over to that side, to the left side. Feel your stretch, inner leg, inner thigh. Big round of breath in. Good, and then go ahead and walk those hands back to center. Go ahead and start to bring that left leg straight back behind you once again and set those toes onto the mat. Draw them forward a little bit and take that right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, stack your hip, bend your knee. Start to maybe bend and straighten through that leg. Do whatever movement here feels good and opens you up through your hips, through your waist. Then go ahead and bring those toes right back down to the mat. Bend your knees a lot and make your way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift here. Exhale, fold it in and rise it up to stand. Go ahead and drop right into chair pose. Shift your weight into your left foot, lift your right foot a little bit. Exhale, land that foot, stand all the way up through a slight back bend, and then exhale, dive it through center. Grab right onto the ankles or shins, straighten, and exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise, drop back into low chair again, and get ready to stand up, pressing into that left foot, hands down through heart center, lift your right knee. Take your left hand to the outside of your right knee, spin that right arm back, and feel your chest shine open to the right. Big round of breath in. And exhale, land low into chair, that right foot. Go ahead and fly those arms back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then press all the way up to stand. Exhale, dive it through the middle. This time we're gonna flow, inhale, lift, and exhale, step back to plank. Flow if you wish, or just make your way back to dog by holding. Good. And then inhale, right leg lifts high. Exhale, draw it in, knee to nose, and up and back. Then take that right knee, draw it way out to the right and all the way up towards your right shoulder. Step out to the wide edge, to the right edge of your mat with your right foot. Left hand goes to left edge. Go ahead and drop that knee behind you, and you're gonna twist open here. So you might push that knee open. You might reach that arm back. You might come and lift that foot, come on to the top of your knee, the top above your kneecap, and pick up your foot to pull it in. Flying lizard here, big round of breath in. Good, and then release it. Right hand to the floor, left hand to the floor. Take that right leg straight up and back, three-legged dog. And then exhale, take that straight leg, step it up halfway. Fingertips come up onto the fingertips on the floor, lift your left leg. Exhale, fold into that standing leg, upper body and legs, so toes tap the back of your ankle. Then inhale, lift. Exhale, fold in, and inhale, lift. Exhale, fold in. This time, left leg stays there, bend both knees and take that left foot, step it up to the top of the mat, right foot meets it. Inhale, lift here. Exhale, fold, and rise it all the way up to stand. Bring the hands right down through heart center. Go ahead and drop into chair pose, low, and we're gonna come through the other side. So shift weight into right foot, lift left foot. Set that down and stand all the way up, slight back bend. Exhale, drop it through center. Inhale, grab the ankles, straighten. Exhale, fold, and root to rise. Swing right back into chair pose. Start to press into that foot to say hands to heart center. Lift the left knee. Good, then go ahead and bring that right hand to the outside of the left knee and left arm spins back. Push that right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. Good, and then right from there, land it right into that low chair. Go ahead and fly those arms back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, press all the way up to stand and flow all the way through. A flow here or back to dog. Good, and as you make your way that way back to dog, go ahead here, extend that left leg back, three-legged dog. Exhale, pull it in knee to nose and up and back. Then take that leg all the way out to the side, that knee, and all the way up towards your shoulder. Step it to the left edge of the mat, right hand to right edge. Drop the knee behind you and take your flying lizard here. Maybe pick up the foot in the back. Feel that stretch, big round of breath in. Good, and then release both hands down to the mat. Tuck those toes in the back, take that left leg as straight as you can all the way up and back, three-legged. And then take that straight leg forward, halfway up. Lift your right leg, fingertips on the floor, warrior three here, and then exhale, fold in. Inhale, lengthen and lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen and lift last time. Then exhale, bend both knees, step that right foot through up to your hands and left foot meets it. Inhale, lift here. Exhale, fold and rise it up to stand. Bring it right down through center. We'll flow and make our way back to dog, holding or flowing. And then go ahead and bring it down into child's. Take a sit back into the hips. Let your head come forward. If you need to grab a sip of water here, you can. They're out of control. And then we'll continue to move. You be good. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go. Lay down. Lay down. Okay. Take a couple rounds of breath. Settle back. Good. After one more big breath in child's pose, we're going to go ahead on that exhale, let it out, and then start to slide your hands back. Staying seated on your shins, go ahead and slide your hands all the way back behind you. Bring your fingertips onto the mat behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your chin and lift your heart. Just lift up, feel that heart lift. Nice back bend. Good. And then go ahead and bring it back to center. Go ahead and come to child or to down dog. Tuck your toes and lift up and back. Pedal it out side to side here. Good. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and bend the knees a lot. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. So we're going to walk toward the back of the mat here. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold and rise it up to stand. And then go ahead and dive it back forward. Inhale, lift once again. And this time walk the hands out to dog. Slide forward to plank. Go through vinyasa here. Inhale it up. And exhale it back. Inhale, bend both knees and make your way to the top of the mat. We're going to start at the beginning here. We're going to add something on at the end along with that coming back to the back of the mat. So right from here, swing into chair pose. So swing into that chair, reach the arms up. You're going to go ahead and shift that weight into the left foot and lift the right foot. Feel the strength in your leg, feel your balance, and then set that foot down. Inhale, stand all the way up into a slight back bend. Exhale, dive it forward. Inhale, grab the ankles straight and everything. And exhale, fold in. Bring it right back up to stand, to slide right back into chair, hands together at heart center, and press all the way up to stand into that left foot, raising the right knee. Take that twist, left hand to right knee, right arm back. You might try to straighten through that right leg as you stand in this twist, and then slowly land it onto the ground into a low, low chair. Exhale, fly those arms back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, press all the way up to stand and dive through center to flow back to dog. Whichever way you need to get there. Good. And once you get there, that right leg lifts high, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw it in knee to nose once and up and back. Take it and take that knee all the way out to the sides. This time, step it up to the hands. We're just going to come into a twisted dragonfly here. We're not going to drop the knee. and then bring that right hand back down to the mat. Take that right leg straight up and back, three-legged. Take that straight leg, step it halfway up. Fingertips pop up onto the mat. Inhale, lift through a warrior three leg, and exhale, fold in. Inhale, lift, and exhale, fold in. Inhale, lift, and exhale, fold in. Sorry, I added one. Straighten the left leg, bend your knees, and take that left foot to step right up to the top of the mat. Right foot meets it. Inhale, lift, exhale, fold, and rise. Good. Go ahead and drop back into chair pose. Bring the hands together in prayer. This time your feet are a little bit closer together, right? Into squeezing into one another. You're gonna go ahead, staying in chair, lift your right knee. Take your right toes, slow motion, and step to the back of the mat into crescent. Arms up overhead. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Shift the weight into the left foot. Lift your right leg. Then land those right toes again, arms up overhead, and bring the hands to the mat. Step back to plank, go through vinyasa, and take it back to dog. Bend both knees and walk the hands back to the feet. Inhale, lift here. Exhale, fold, and rise. Dive through center. Inhale, lift, and walk it out to your dog. Slide forward, strong plank. Flow again. Inhale up, and exhale back. Inhale, right leg lifts high. Exhale, still adding on. Draw in knee to nose and up and back. Draw that foot through to step up to warrior two. So cartwheel, set your feet, cartwheel the arms up. And as you come through warrior, sit low into that warrior, right knee and thigh turn out. Feel your arms super strong. Then go ahead and drop those hands down behind your back, drop your knuckles, lift your heart. Keep the knees the feet exactly as they are, and come through your humble, right into the center. Beautiful. Keep looking back. Let those arms lift up. Try to get the shoulders out of your ears. Get the neck long. Good. Then right from there, fingertips come to the floor. Walk them up toward the top of the mat. We're going to come through half moon here. So you're just going to shift weight into that right foot. Drag the left foot up. Stack your hips. So go ahead and press through those legs. Feel your half moon. Press back through that heel. Maybe the left fingertips leave and the arm stacks, opening up your chest, your arms. Good, then left hand comes to the mat, left foot lands next to the right. Inhale, lift here. Exhale, fold, and land right into that chair pose to come through the other side. Same thing. So we're gonna shift weight into right foot, lift left foot. That one-legged balance here. Set that foot down and stand all the way up. Exhale, dive through center. Grab those ankles, straighten everything. Exhale, fold, rise up, and slide right back into chair. Bring the hands down through center as you stand up, lifting that left knee. Ooh. And then right hand to the outside of left knee, left arm spins back. You might straighten that leg. Super strong, every inch of the body. And then softly land that left leg into that low chair. Fly those arms back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then press all the way up to stand and slide all the way through your flow. And back to dog. Good. Once you get back to dog, you go ahead and start to lift up through that left leg, three-legged dog. Bring it in knee to nose once and up and back. Then take that left knee all the way out to the side, bring it up to your left shoulder, step that left foot out, twisted dragonfly, reach it up. Exhale, both hands to the floor. Try to drag that straight leg back to three-legged dog. And then take that straight leg to step halfway up onto the fingertips, lift right leg, flex through that heel and tap. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and exhale, tap. Inhale, lift and lengthen. This time bend both knees and step your right foot up to the top of the mat. Left foot meets it. Inhale, lift here. Exhale, fold. This time bring the feet together, swing into low, into chair. Hold it here and bring your hands down through heart center. You're gonna go ahead and start to lift up through that left knee, staying low in that chair, and slow motion, land those toes behind you. Coming into crescent, arms up. Exhale, hands down through heart center and shift into warrior three. Lifting that leg, lifting that heart. Then slow motion, land the toes again, arms up overhead. Sweep the hands to the floor, step back to plank, and go through your vinyasa. And back to dog. Good. And then right from there, bend the knees, walk the hands all the way back to the feet. Inhale, lift here. Exhale, fold, and rise it up to stand. Dive it forward. Inhale, lift, and walk it out to dog. Slide forward to plank and flow, if you wish, and come back to dog. Left leg lifts high. Exhale, draw it through knee to nose and up and back. Draw it all the way through to step it up between your hands to come to warrior two. Cartwheel it all the way around. Settle into that warrior. Look over those fingertips. Feel everything open to that side of the room. Big round of breath in. Feel yourself strong in your warrior. Interlace the fingers behind the back and lift the heart. Exhale, draw it forward into humble. Bend into that left knee. Feel those arms pull overhead. Take a nice long breath. And exhale it out. Release those fingertips down to the floor and come to your half moon. Lift up through that right leg, press through that heel. Keep stacking your hips open. And then maybe that right arm reaches up. Feel the shoulders stack. Feel your chest twist more. Good, and then slowly land that right foot next to the left. Inhale, lift here. Exhale, fold it and root to rise. Come all the way up to stand and bring those hands right down through heart center and down by your sides. So this time as we come to stand, we shine the palms forward as the heart shines forward. Take a long round of breath in and let it out. Feel yourself ground. Feel yourself take a breath. Allowing everything that just happened. Okay. All right, take one more breath. And we're gonna come through that flow again, if I can keep the dogs off my mat. All right, go ahead and come up to the top of the mat. Eyes closed, one more breath, big breath in, and this time you're gonna let it completely out through the mouth. Let it go. Good. Feet are just about hip width apart, a little bit more narrow. Reach the arms up overhead. And we're going to take that side body stretch first that we took in the beginning. So go ahead and bend your elbows, grab those forearms, lengthen up through the waist, and take your upper body over to the right. Let those arms pull you into this kind of side ragdoll here. Good. Then go ahead and slowly bring it all the way up through center, lengthen up through the waist, and take it over to the left. Chloe. And then bring it all the way up to the top. Go ahead and pull back and down into cactus. And we're going to take a back bend here, supported back bend before we move on. So just go ahead and bring your hands to your lower back. Go ahead and take that tail and press it down to point long down towards your heels, elbows and shoulder blades together. Lift up through your heart and let that upper body fall back. Feel yourself back bend, long, round of breath in. Good, and then go ahead and release it all the way back up to the top. Inhale the arms up overhead. We'll take a quick ragdoll here before we come right back up to stand and move into that chair pose to begin our sequence. So just go ahead and let the upper body swing side to side. Let yourself loosen, get the mind set and mind ready to flow. We'll take it through the last time through this flow. Good, take one more breath. And let it out. Good, then from here, fingertips come to the floor. Heel toe the feet just so they're just a little bit closer than hip width apart. Go ahead and rise all the way up to stand and slip right into chair pose. Shift the weight into the left foot, lift the right foot. Land that right foot, press all the way up to stand and forward fold. Inhale, lift and straighten. Exhale, fold and rise it. Sit right back into chair. Go ahead and press up to stand. Bring the hands down through heart center and lift your right knee. Take that left hand to the outside of the right knee. Spin that chest back out. Maybe straighten that leg. And then land that right foot lightly right into chair pose, super low chair. Exhale, fly those arms back. This time, maybe lift up onto your tippy toes if you can. And then land those heels. Press all the way up to stand and flow through center. Inhale, lift, and exhale, flow back to dog. Good. When you get to dog, right leg lifts high. Go ahead and bring it in knee to nose once, and then up and back. Then take that knee out to the side, draw it all the way up towards your right shoulder, step that foot up high, and come into that twisted lunge here. Right arm reaches up. Right hand comes to the inside of right foot, right leg straightens as you drag it up to three-legged dog, and then step it halfway up. Lift up left leg and upper body, and exhale, fold in, tap. Inhale, lift, and tap. Inhale, lift last time, bend both knees and step your left foot up to the top of the mat and right foot meets it. Feet together, inhale, lift, exhale, fold and rise. Drop right into chair pose with the hands at heart center. Lift up onto your right toes, lift your right knee, and then slow motion, step it back behind you, super strong. Reach the arms up, hands down through heart center, and tip to warrior three. Then slowly land right toes, arms back up overhead, and hands to the mat. Step back, go through vinyasa, or just push back to dog. And breathe. Bend both knees and walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale, lift here, and exhale, fold. Rise it up to stand and dive forward. Half lift and walk it out, strong core to dog. Slide forward to plank, flow again if you wish, and take it back to dog. Right leg lifts high, draw it in knee to nose, and up and back. Step it through to warrior two, and bring yourself up strong. Interlace the fingers behind the back and lift up through your heart. And exhale, fold in toward the floor. Take one big breath here. Inhale. Exhale it out. And then release fingertips to the floor to lift up through half moon. Take your time getting there, lifting that left leg high, flexing through that heel. Press that heel, that foot to the back wall, and stack open here if you can. Then land that left foot, left hand. Inhale, half lift here. Exhale, fold and swing into that chair. Coming through the other side. Weight shifts into right foot, left foot lifts. Land that left foot, stand all the way up and dive through center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold and rise. Drop right back into that chair pose, hands together in the center. Stand all the way up on the right leg, lift your left knee. Right hand comes to the outside of that left knee, spin it open, maybe straighten through that leg if it's there for you. Then land that left foot, sit lower into chair. Fly those arms back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, tippy toes if you can. Then drop the heels, stand all the way up and flow. Or step back to dog or plank, your choice. Good, then right here, left leg lifts high. Exhale, draw it in, knee to nose, take it up and back. Then draw it all the way out to the side towards your left shoulder, step that left foot up high. Come through that twisted dragonfly, left arm lifts. Hand sweeps to the floor, straight leg comes right back, three-legged dog. And then step that straight leg to the center. Inhale, lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and exhale, fold. Last time it lifts, bend both knees and step that right foot up to the top of the mat. Left foot meets it, feet together. Inhale, lift, and exhale, swing right into chair pose. Sit low, bring the hands down through heart center, and lift your left knee. Stay low in that chair and slow motion, land your toes behind you, reach those arms up. Hands come down through heart center and launch warrior three. Land those left toes back, arms up overhead, and bring the hands to the mat. Step back to plank, flow here, or push back to dog. Bend both knees and walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Inhale, lift here. Exhale, fold and rise. As you come all the way up through center, go ahead and bring that to dive forward once again. Inhale, lift, and walk it out to dog. Come forward and flow, and back to dog. Left leg lifts high. Exhale, draw it in, knee to nose, and up and back. Step it through to your strong warrior two, and bring it all the way up through center. Go ahead and drop those hands down behind your back, lift up through your heart, and exhale, take your humble. Take a long round of breath in as you let the arms pull over even more. Exhale it out and release those fingertips to the mat and go ahead and come through your half moon. Right leg lifts, press through that heel. You're opening up the hips, opening up the heart, and reaching that arm up. And then go ahead and land that right foot next to the left, right hand next to the left. Inhale, lift, and exhale, fold. Come right to ragdoll, rag it out. So heel toe your feet out wide and drop right into malasana here. Let yourself settle right into those hips. Take a couple rounds of breath. Good. All right, then from here, go ahead and bring the hands to the floor. Start to press the hips up and heels back. So feet are pointing straight forward. Go ahead and heel toe them in parallel, about hip width apart. Go ahead and bend your knees a lot with your belly on your thighs. Take your forearms behind the knees. Grab your opposing elbows. And then we're gonna go ahead and sit back. Let the hips drop, and you're gonna stretch the knees here. Let your chin pull forward. Then on your exhale, press through your feet. Keep hugging your thighs in as close as you can, and tip your head over and lift your hips up. Exhale, bring it into that squat. Stretch those knees again, compress the arms, and exhale, tip it back over. Take it once more, dropping into that stretch. And then go ahead and tip it back up. Release those fingertips to the floor, bend your knees, and come all the way down onto your mat. So as you come to the center on your mat, we're gonna come to cobbler's pose here. So just go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Bring your feet in when you're ready. Grab a sip of water if you need it. Go ahead and get your hips settled. Bring yourself in close. Let your hands come to your feet at first, or your knees, and just let your elbows push those knees down. Now from here, we're gonna open up through that upper back. So we're gonna go ahead and take, even if you're leaning forward a little bit, right arm under left, wind up your eagle arms. Press the palms together, press those elbows into one another. Inhale, lift up through your fingertips and your gaze a little bit. And then exhale and slowly round those arms heavily down toward the floor. So if you have a block, your arms might be resting on the block. Your arms might reach your feet and rest there. Head hangs forward. And keep breathing into that lower back, into the hips, and across your upper back, opening up the back of the heart. Take one more breath and go ahead and bring it all the way back up to the top. Go ahead and unwind those arms, give the hands a shake out, and we're gonna do the same thing other side. So go ahead and come all the way through center, left arm under right, wind up. Inhale, lift up through those fingers first, look up, slight back bend, and then go ahead and exhale and draw it forward slowly into that rounded spine. Try to let your knees, your thighs relax. Let the arms pull you into opening up across your upper back, letting any tension, anything that you're storing up there in the upper back or the shoulders, let it out. Take one more big breath. And then use your core to bring you all the way back up to the top. Unwind those arms again, give them a shake, and then bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. Bring your feet flat to the floor. Bring your hands behind you, so fingertips kind of point towards your hips, and as you press into your hands, we're gonna lift into reverse table here. So press through the feet, lift the hips up, let your head look straight up to the ceiling. Press into those hands so you feel the shoulder and the chest, shoulders and the chest stretch. If it feels good, you can let your head fall back. Good, and then right from there, slowly land the hips down onto the mat. Right from there, make sure you're in the center of the mat. Let your feet come to the floor. We're gonna go ahead and keep the feet out in front of us a little bit. Before we come into bridge, we're gonna walk the feet out, bring your hands to your knees. So hands are on the fronts of the knees. On the inhale, sit up nice and tall through a cow belly. So let your tail kind of point back, lift up through your chest, your belly comes forward and shoulders down. And then exhale and round through that cat back. Let yourself hang back, scoop in. And then inhale, lift up. And then exhale, scoop it back. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, scoop it back. Good. Then right from here, walk the hands down the legs, come all the way down onto your back. Walk your feet in a little bit. We're going to come through a bridge here. So go ahead and as you press into your feet, get your shoulder blades comfortable underneath you, hands on the floor, your toes point in just slightly so it'll keep your knees pointing forward as we lift the hips up off of the floor. Lift up high, maybe walk the feet in, and then maybe interlace the fingers underneath your back as you walk the shoulders closer together. Feeling the stretch in the heart, back of the neck is long, press down through those arms. Keep lifting through the hips, open up the fronts of the hips, the thighs. Whole front body, big round of breath in. Completely let it out. Take one more, keep pressing. And let it out. Then go ahead and slowly release the hands, roll the spine all the way down to the mat. Go ahead and pull the knees into the chest. We're going to take one last stretch here before we land in Shavasana. So we're going to start to point the feet up to the ceiling. Go ahead and come into Happy Baby, or if you like the variation of grabbing the big toes and then starting to straighten through the legs as you pull the knees down around next to you and gently rock. Feel the spine on the mat. Feel the massage in your back. And then maybe bring it to stillness right in the center for a couple rounds of breath. Whether your knees are bent or you're in the straight leg version, let those legs get heavier next to you, either side. Good. Take one more big breath in this stretch. Good. And then go ahead and start to bring the feet in together. So the bottoms of the feet are together and touching. Hands come to the ankles or to the tops of the feet. And you're going to use your elbows to push the knees open to the space in front of you. Gently press one elbow into each leg, kind of stretching through both hips. Good. And then right from there, bring the knees together, bring them into the chest, give them a hug. Pick your head, neck, and shoulders up to hug here. And then go ahead and release arms and legs all the way down onto the mat. Set up into your final Shavasana here, your shoulders together underneath you. Let your palms face up and let yourself surrender right back into the Shavasana, into this sleep and this rest. This pose that allows you to have complete blood flow through your whole body and letting all the light that you created flow through the body as well. Settle back and rest. Slow down. And I apologize, I don't have my oil with me today, but I will still come around and give you a little neck massage. If you wish not to be touched, place your hand on your belly or a towel on your forehead, and I'll pass you by. So just rest here, surrender. Mhm. Okay, now go ahead and just start to gently move through your fingertips and toes. Start to bring your awareness back to the room. Still with your breath soft, bring some movement back to the body. And then when you're ready, reach the arms all the way back up overhead behind you. Reach really long through your full body breath. Big breath in and sigh it out. Let it go. Inhale, stretch. And sigh it out. Good. And then go ahead and pull the knees into the chest. Give them a hug. Rock around on your back a little bit. And then eventually find your favorite side in fetal position. As you settle onto that side, go ahead and continue to let the light in, all the light and strength and grounding that you created. Go ahead and recall your intention, your dedication, whatever it may have been or needs to be now, and let it go out into the universe. When you're ready, go ahead and bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands together in prayer. And as you pull that prayer in, gather all the energy and spirit and love that you created here today, the support that you created for each other and our little yoga community, keeping us a little bit shielded from everything, the chatter and everything that's going on in the world outside of us. Honor yourself for working on yourself for this hour, whether it's physically, mentally, or spiritually for you, whatever it is, let it be. and be grateful. As always, I thank you all for being here and allowing me to guide you through this practice. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you feel more light and more grounded. Now I ask you to bring your prayer right into your third eye, pressing it in. I wish you peaceful thoughts. Prayer to your lips. I wish you peaceful words. And prayer to your heart, a peaceful heart for today and always. Namaste.